Wanting to find
Hey, everybody, how's it going? With me, as always, I have my lovely co-host, Mina.
Hello, my beautiful hauntlings.
And our guest today is none other than Deqster. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
And
Good to be here.
It is pronounced Deqster, guys.
He's not Deqster. He's not taking the pointless menial tasks from the RPGs we're playing away. God, I wish he would.
Yep. You don't need to go hunt down that sweet roll for your third cousin's second aunt.
Yeah, you don't have to go hunt that damn goat on Witcher 3 anymore. We got that taken care of. God, that quest was so pointless.
I need
Oh, so
I
how's
need
everybody's
14
evening?
spider lizard livers taken over to the guy that's standing right next to me.
What's up, Triumph Rat? How you doing?
Hey, Triumph.
Hi,
Good to
Triumph.
see you.
So,
This is the, he's,
go on.
I was gonna say he's the, co-star in the Bigfoot video that I recently did here.
I recall that.
You
did a good job.
He did an awesome job. Good that he stopped by. I get to a wet wipe for the blood on my face. You know what? I wish that were blood. It's a birthmark. Yeah. So, you know.
He was attacked by some very angry spaghetti sauce when he was a kid, and now it's stuck there.
It's a
it was
wine stain.
radioactive spaghetti sauce, you know.
Right. There's the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, man. You never know what they're
working
going to
in
do.
the lab. Was working in the lab at a very young age.
Late one day.
Oh man.
Oh.
All right. So who do we got in the chat? We got my lovely Jelly Bean and my Ray Bean.
We've got Dark Horse Tales and Dark Little Voices.
What's up, guys? And gal, because I don't know if Decay's here as well. So
we've got Triumph Rat 629. You lives the smartest boy you've ever seen.
We have Virtual. What's up, Virtual? How you doing? We have the one and only Creepy Clown Girl.
CCG.
Hi, CC. Got Ray Beeman.
I'm scrolling a little bit further up to see if I can see anybody else.
Oh, Furberry's just popped in. What's going on, Fur?
Furberries.
I just looked at the participants list to make sure we didn't miss anyone who's still
typing.
Looks like we got everyone.
Yeah, the way you get on the list is you type, folks. We don't see you if you don't type.
This is true.
Yes. Remember to like the stream and share it out so we get more people in here. And, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Subscribe.
You guys do great work.
Subscriber.
Subscribe or I'll stop giving you spooky nightmares.
Oh, goodness.
Subscribe will make you watch the, what is it, Batman Forever?
Hey!
So, speaking of subscribe, what got you started in narrating horror stories? Because you only have a few. So you're relatively new to the game.
Yeah.
What got you started? What made you wanna tip your hat in the narrating game?
Well, I've been a follower on the Dark Somnium's channel for a long time, 2+ years now. And one day he kind of randomly popped in and made me a mod over there on his 24-hour stream. So I've been listening to his stuff forever, and I've been a voice prospect, is what they call it on his channel. So you have different roles on his Discord called the Dark Gathering, and so one of the roles that you can pick is voice prospect, and that's a pool of people he can pick from to do guest voicing.
Yeah, I was actually watching one of his videos, and he mentioned that he's like, if you want to be on one of my videos, join my Discord. You don't have to have any rating experience, and I thought that was really cool. The subscribers.
I should change my setting to include that on there.
Yeah, it would be it would be really good if it happened a little more often. Like he's got Rumnex, and he's got a couple people that he goes to pretty regularly for guest voices.
Yeah.
And so the prospects of actually getting in and doing a voice for him are pretty low. Like the chances of anyone, popping in and actually having a role. So it took me like 2.5 years to get in and do a video with him. But that was where I got my desire to start. I wanted to contribute and kind of be part of one of his stories.
That's really cool,
at some point. At some point along the line, I just kind of said, "Screw it! I'll talk to some other folks about doing voice work on their channels." And so I started with Creepypasta Adam. I did a small part in one of his stories, and that was a lot of fun. So I kind of got hooked on it and did some work for Big Daddy Stone back early this summer, and that it took him a while to release that, but it's out now. And,
nice.
And then I just said, well, I'll start my own channel. And actually, prior to most of this, I did a rough fan reading of an SAP article. It's the first video you'll see on my channel if you look hard enough.
Yeah,
it'll be the first one sitting there.
Yeah.
It's kind of crummy, but it's an old. It's like 2 years old.
Look hard enough. I found it really easy. I mean, what?
There's only 5 videos, so you don't have to look too hard.
Yeah, man. Talking about your videos. That 5th video, bro, popped the hell off.
I made a
Could
comment
hardly believe
earlier
that.
about your 5 videos. They weren't on that wasn't on the air.
Yeah.
And Jelly Bean, you ain't afraid of no ghosts. You need to show Ray that machine that you were smiling at earlier. In the in the Discord.
I think
have
the
no
spirit of
words.
Charizard. I think the spirit of Charizard's with you there, Mia.
Yeah, I think so too.
Inside joke.
He just sent me a picture
Anyway.
of a battle app.
Oh.
So I just heard from my other co-host, Filia. She was wanting to join us because she's finally, but she just texted me and said that she won't be able to make it because she has cheese grater voice. Her words, not mine.
She has what?
Oh.
She doesn't have a voice. Her voice sounds like every time she talks, it sounds like she's grating cheese.
Oh, I woke up yesterday and didn't have one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I would have watched Ghostbusters Afterlife. Both Jelly Bean and Zori. That it's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
So, what's your next project you're working on, Deqster?
I've got a short video. I'm hoping to get it out either a little later this evening, or I'll probably wait till tomorrow, just because it's going to wind up being 2 in the morning by the time I finish it off. It's just a little 4-minute thing by J Group.
Oh, nice.
It's real short, but it's real heavy on sound design. So I've been playing with this for a little while because I don't have a whole ton of free time, but I've been shooting for like a video a month overall, and this is my video for this month, and I might try and step up my schedule a little bit to like every 2 weeks or so.
Is this the one that I helped you out on, or?
That is gonna be the next one, actually.
Nice.
That'll be with a friend of mine who lives in Alabama is gonna play some of the other voices on that too. It's
nice.
It's a story about 2 guys that down in the South that find a motorhome sitting in abandoned in a overgrown field.
Okay.
And they end up finding they end up finding the key for it, opening the door, thinking they're going to salvage it. Turns out things aren't what they seem with the motorhome. So
yeah, I didn't read.
Like
I didn't read ahead. I only read enough to know what you needed for that line, and then I just stopped reading because I didn't want to ruin anything for myself when I drop it.
I have to smile when I hear you talk, Deqster. Just saying. I have to smile.
Why?
Because he reminds me of where I grew up.
Huh.
It's about these guys that found this house in this motorhome, and you have to realize I was born and lived until I was 10 years old in a place called Hickory, North Carolina.
Yeah. Oh my.
And yes, I can do a Hick from Hickory voice if I want to, but I don't always talk like this because I just can't keep it up very long. Actually,
Yeah.
my husband makes the comment, "Don't do that again."
Why? He doesn't like it when you talk like this?
No, he doesn't like it when I talk like that. And considering he's not here right now, I can get away with it for a little bit.
Well, honey, sugar pie, bless his heart.
He's just so spatial. He's just spatial like that Charmander.
I love that. Like for southern people, we're like, oh, I'll just bless his heart. Like it's an insult, but they're still being nice about it.
Oh man, yeah, I got to work on the southern accent. I haven't recorded my part yet for that next one, but
I'll keep this one.
yeah, it should be interesting.
What's up, Sleepy Wendigo?
Hey, Wendigo.
Next week's guest is now in the chat.
Yes,
Very cool.
it's next to Hickory Dickory Dock.
Hickory dickory dock. My mouse ran up the clock.
It's funny because
It's
funny because I never heard anybody make fun of Hickory until I moved away, and then everybody was like, "There's no such place as Hickory," and I'm like, "Yeah, there is," because I grew up there. It's in Catawba County.
For most people, it's Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. If you're from the south, it's Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock.
The mouse did not run down.
No, it did not.
Yep, gone.
He did not run down. He did not run down at all. Move my mic back just a hair, please. Oh no.
That's what she said.
My stand is coming off the desk again. Don't do that at me.
You might want to go catch it then.
Everyone else is talking. Yeah. I know, Ray. I know.
What did Ray say?
Everyone's talking shit about Hickory behind their backs. Don't have it, Mia.
Hickory ain't a real place. Listen here, you young whippersnapper.
I think every populated area has a far less populated area nearby that they make fun of.
Well, I moved 100 miles away from Hickory when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And if you know the terrain of North Carolina, you've gone from the mountains and the foothills to the Piedmont area, which is rolling hills, when you go that far. And if you go another 100 miles, you're on the beach. So that kind of...
Gotcha.
This state is large enough to have all three land areas.
Yeah. I've grown up in a similar kind of situation where I'm out here in Oregon, and we have the coastline, the Coast Range, we have the valley, which is wine country and
right,
all kinds of farming, grass seed. Oddly, as the grass seed capital of the world is in the Willamette Valley. The weirdest town in the country, Portland, and then you go over the Cascades toward eastern Oregon, and you have conifer lowlands, and then you have high desert and a whole bunch of mountains over there in various places. So it's like you got the gambit of different forests and landscapes here.
I live in the country and I love it. And then I go to places like Baltimore, Maryland, and man, that's a whole different monster altogether. I'm just like, what is wrong with these people?
My husband, my son moved from down here, moved up to Baltimore with his girlfriend to help her take care of her family up there. And that was one of his complaints. He's like, I thought people were rude and crude and such, and where we were. And he made the mistake of saying in the South, and I said, honey, you're still in the South. And he says, but Mom, there's so much worse up here. And I'm like, don't come at me with that.
They're like a whole different breed of monster. It's like they take the incest and give it incest. What?
It's like, you've got Bigfoots in the north and you've got skunk apes in the south, so.
Right.
It's different breeds.
All I know is Ray said hickory for life, and I said hickory smoke is yummy. If you taste like hickory.
There's a place in Hickory, I don't know if it's still there, but we used to get barbecue at Circle S Barbecue in Hickory, and they had a smokehouse out in the back behind the building that they sold everything out of, and it was bigger than the building they sold everything out of.
Jesus.
Whoa. Dang, now I'm wanting barbecue.
Right?
Seeing this in the chat,
there's nowhere in PA to get good barbecue, unfortunately. Nowhere close, at least.
Right.
Sorry about the interruption.
No, that's fine.
I was gonna say I hear small peoples.
We love little people.
Yeah.
We love little people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my 6-year-old. crashing the interview. Go bake your cupcakes. Oh man. I love that this is like not super formal. It's a lot more fun that way.
Yeah, no, I can't do. Have you met me?
I have met you a little. Yeah.
I don't do formal. I do chaos. I do that rather well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Formal chaos.
Have you seen him for more than 5 seconds? I mean, what?
Some people just want to watch the world burn. I would probably classify myself in that section of people.
I thought you're the one that lit it.
The guy with the match.
I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say the guy with the match.
But soon.
I didn't dump the gas everywhere, but I have a match. That kind of a thing, you know.
It's like I didn't do this, but let's light this powder keg.
Yo, furberries. You gonna share, bro?
So Deqster.
Oh shit. Yes.
I've been watching a television show that's based in Oregon and based in that little town that you said was weird. Is it really
Portland?
that weird?
Oh, it's definitely that weird. I have family that lives up there. I've been in this state for my entire life, and yeah, Portland's got a different vibe to it.
I'm just curious.
If you're talking Portlandia, then there's some truth to that.
No, it's Portland that I'm talking about, and I keep wondering if the places that they show in there actually exist.
They mostly do, yeah. They may not exist as they're portrayed, but there's a lot of those spots that they show that actually do exist.
Yeah, they
I don't know them all, and I haven't watched Portlandia in a while. But
oh, it's not Portlandia I'm watching. It's Grimm.
Just real quick, Chris popped in, said good evening, y'all.
Hi,
hey, Kristen.
And
how you doing?
Gurgle Voices said, "LOL, glad to not be the only one whose kid crashes the stream."
I figured it was going to happen at some point.
Yeah, it's Grimm, and the police station they come out of that police station. I keep looking at it, going, I just can't imagine a police station that looks like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I haven't seen Grimm personally, but
Excellent show. Hey, Lizzie.
yeah, I'll have to check it out. Oh, hey, Lizzie's here.
Hey, what's up, Lizzie?
Hi, Liz. Good to see ya.
You know, it's funny. We were all talking about this, and it just brought into my mind one of the. I'm playing Pokemon Sword.
Oh no.
And one of the gym badges, like all the gym trials are held in like these like a massive stadium. You get to this one town, and like there's like no stadium, and it's just run down, and they even make mention we don't have a fancy stadium, and I'm just like, oh, even Pokemon was like, you know what, this is an issue. Maybe we should bring this up.
Well, yeah, if anybody in the chat has questions, don't be afraid to fire something off at me.
Even weird questions are welcome.
Yes, and we will get.
I love weird questions.
Well, should we do Jelly Bean's standard question now?
We did after. I just want to know. And I probably asked him this before. Do you write it all, Deqster?
Oh no, I'm not much of a writer. I have started like with TCG's doing a collab this later this month.
Yeah.
For 3 minute stories. I'm gonna try and throw my hat into that ring and write something for that, but I haven't done creative writing in quite a long time, so all the stories I have so far are written by others. The one that's coming up will be the second one by Jordan Group. He's one of the larger names on No Sleep, which is where I've gotten all these stories so far. And he wrote my first story, which is that one about the mushroom that a guy eats and mistakenly ends up swallowing what he assumes is the cousin of the cordyceps family, which is that mushroom that can turn ants into zombies and other insects into zombies.
Yep.
Yeah. The only story I haven't watched on your channel.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah. I haven't
give it a
watched
listen.
that one yet.
It's only 5 minutes long, and it's
no. This one says it's 20 minutes, dude.
That's the last one.
This one?
That's the big.
No. He's talking about I really fucked this up this time. I'm talking about we discovered the yeah. That's like a 19-minute. I'm actually excited to listen to that one. The thumbnail is awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, that Ronmex did that for me.
Oh, nice.
So that's a Ronmex produced thumbnail. She was kind enough to help me out with that.
That's awesome.
I just didn't have. I was getting to the point of burnout on that story because I'd spent 8 weeks. Okay, so if you're gonna get started in this this whole narration thing, I will say make sure your recordings are clean up front. that will save you so much pain later on. On that particular story, I was finding my feet in the sound engineering deal again, and wasn't real familiar with Audacity, which was the kind of the go-to for voiceovers for free software.
Yeah.
And I probably spent an evening recording for that piece, and then maybe 2 or 3 more sessions after that, and I spent a good 8 weeks trying to get the EQs to all match.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah, it was like not full time 8 weeks, but working on it here and there for 8 weeks, trying to get it all to line up.
Yeah,
hours and hours of work that I will never do again.
Yeah, that was like that. I didn't put nearly as much time in it as you. The sound work for that freaking the story I dropped on Christmas, A Night to Remember. You know, that took just the sound design took me about a good 10 hours to record. It took me about 2.
Yeah, and I shamelessly steal the kind of philosophy towards storytelling from the Dark Somnium. He's the big inspiration for kind of how I do things.
Yeah.
And you'll find his music on some of these stories too. Like I think 3 out of 4 of them have his music on them.
Cool.
But yeah, he does a really high quality. He's got a good workflow and is able to pump a video out a week when he's really moving, and like does his own music and all of that. I'm not as much of a composer, so I mean I do a little bit of music, and you'll hear that in the Bigfoot story.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I'm not much of a composer really. So I borrow from you and from him, from Ronnie, and from whoever else has royalty-free stuff available.
Those people are amazing. The things they pull off and make is amazing. Another one that totally. I really enjoy, but Tanner Stokes.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to check him out.
But I wouldn't call it stealing, man, because you give him credit. Like, those guys are lifesavers, because without them, our voices would just be, well, just that, voices, and we'd like...
Yeah.
And I can't stand listening to my voice without any music. Like, whenever I add the music, it's better, but, like, man, without it, I just wanna puncture my eardrum with a nice pick.
That's tough. Yeah, I got used to hearing my own voice. At first, I kind of wasn't super fond of it, but I've kind of gotten used to it. And I am probably one of a few that I've heard of anyway that actually listens to my own stories and doesn't hate them.
Jesus Christ. I don't know what Jellybean's talking about, but I just read you need to add real farts, though. They must be authentic.
Okay, so if you remember last week, Jellybean said something about writing a story about a mischievous part that appears in inappropriate places. And I said, if you write it, I'll narrate it. Well, she just said, I want to write a story about mischievous fart, and he appears in inappropriate situations. And I'm like, I thought you were writing that for me. And she, oh, yes, I am. I will write it. And I said, I will narrate it. And you will need to add real farts. They must be authentic. I said, can do, actually. Starts recording hubby's farts.
Uh-huh.
Just brings the microphone up to him while he's sleeping.
Yeah. Yep.
So, got a question.
Shortage of material, apparently.
I got a question from Ray Beeman. If you could choose
I saw that.
one classic horror piece to narrate, either Liar Liar or Ace Ventura, those are horror pieces? Anyway, which would you choose and why?
Dude, I love Ace Ventura. Jim Carrey in the 90s is like bread and butter for me. Oh, man. So I could see the point of Liar Liar being a horror piece because of like dark forces forcing you to be unable to lie, and your whole job as being a lawyer.
And you could add the horror aspect every time you try to lie, like the entity takes like its pound of flesh. Yeah,
you could add horror to that in an easy manner. It's already horrific enough to not be able to control your own speech, but then that's some ALS level horror right there, or whatever, like being stuck with Tourette's or something. But which would I narrate? I would probably narrate Ace Ventura because of the potential for the arrow in the knee joke. Like, I guess that's the second one though. That's When Nature Calls. He gets a couple of spears stuck in his knees, so you can totally run with that. Yeah. Yep. I'd have more fun narrating Ace Ventura, I think. Especially because of the rhino scene.
DLV.
I hate to say it, but I've never seen either one of them, so... see you later, DLV. The pin is blue.
See you, DLV.
The pin is
blue.
The goddamn pin is blue.
Okay. If you had to hear your voice against the backdrop... If you had to hear your voice against the backdrop of one of two classic tunes, Barbie Girl or Spice Up Your World, which would it be and why?
I will choose. I will choose a bullet to the brain.
I'll choose Barbie Girl, and it's because I torture my daughter with it.
Yeah. let's see. I'd have to go Barbie girl too, frankly.
It's funny because my phone goes off and I can't
Mainly because
remember.
I don't think I've heard "Spice Up Your World" in probably 20 years plus.
Yeah,
And then it was by accident.
so I have my daughter set up as Barbie girl is the message tone I get for her, and I'm just a blonde, or because I'm a blonde is her ringtone. My granddaughter knows this, and when it rings or she hears Barbie girl or because I'm a blonde, Mommy's calling. She goes, I don't want to talk to Mommy. Don't put it on speaker. Like, wow, kid. Yeah, my granddaughter's my daughter. She's my mini-me. Everybody knows it. My husband is sending me
awesome.
pictures from the con, and he's making me want things.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah, did you see
Spicy.
Not the things that you're thinking of. Definitely nerd things.
you see the batolith I put in the picture of? It's actually made of metal.
Oh, nice.
That is cool.
Yeah,
I've done a little dabbling in metalwork. Well, that might be a understatement. I was a fabricator for 5 years and still do metalwork at home. So I'm schooled in fabrication, and currently my main day job is an engineer.
You know who you might get on well with is Crazy Ken Scary Story Time, because he actually makes
totally
medieval. He's like an armor smith. It's really fucking cool. See one of his helmets, and God, it was awesome.
Yeah, he's shown a few of them on voice chat on Discord, and I like Ken's work. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I've done some blacksmithing before. It's been a long time, but I was into that for a while too.
Be safe,
just because if you're a
Furberries.
welder,
Later, dude.
Oh, see you, Furberries. Thanks for coming.
There's another picture he sent me.
Oh, let me see. That's pretty cool.
Isn't it, though?
Oh, nice.
But
Anyhow.
yeah, he's at a con this weekend, so this is the third day of the con.
Oh, and he's sending you mouth-watering prospects for purchase.
He's like, it's only $20.
Oh man.
See, he doesn't take me to cons anymore because I dropped the last time I dropped $200 at con.
Oh, damn.
I got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of music. I got a lot of got a lot of t-shirts. Got a lot of lithographs. I got all sorts of goodies. But yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I have been wanting to go to con down in like San Diego, like the big one, here for some time. I've never gotten to go down though and check it out.
If you
just to experience one,
Yeah. If you had one superpower for 24 hours, what would it be and why?
Ooh. There was a channel that started way, way back when the internet was still somewhat younger, called Cracked TV, Cracked Magazine, and they answered this question, and I have to agree with them, and that's the Zach Morris timeout. The ability to stop time, manipulate a situation to your advantage, and then start time back up.
But I wouldn't want to give it up after 24 hours.
Yeah, you'd want to, like, if you had the time to plan for the 24-hour period you had the power, it'd be useful. But if you can stop time, 24 hours never stops.
Right?
So, you know, there you go.
Okay, so here's the question. I hope you're listening, Jelly Bean.
Sounds like there's weird feedback on my audio.
Ray. Damn it. Not looking at
what do you
chat.
do this time?
I'm not looking at chat while I'm saying this. If you are home completely alone, no animals, just you. Doors are locked. Windows are locked. And you heard a fart, and it wasn't yours. Would you be scared or would you laugh?
Ooh, I'd probably laugh because I'd know it's one of our 2 cats.
The cats aren't home.
Oh, the cats aren't home. I'd probably have to go with a laugh. I figure it probably didn't endear me to whatever the hell it was that was farting behind me.
God damn you, Ghost. Why do you got to fart? You know that shit's gonna stink.
Yeah. Better light a candle. Nope, don't want to blow the house up. Okay.
Funny story that my husband's one of my husband's best friends that he calls a brother lit a couch on fire with his fart
Jesus.
in a hotel.
Oh, lordy.
That's some atomic gas right there.
And they got pictures of it and video.
I watched somebody, one of my friends just thought they were real clever. They pulled down their pants, they farted on a lighter. For some reason, it backdraft and burn off their ass hairs. It was quite comical.
Ow!
Oh, they had like 2nd-degree burns, and they're like, it's not funny, and I'm like, it's fucking hilarious. You're just not laughing because you're the one in pain.
Yeah. Ouch. Oh my gosh.
And then I said, you know, if it happened to me, you'd be laughing. And then they started laughing. Like, you're right.
Ouch. That just makes me go, ugh.
And this is why you don't fart into a lighter, folks.
And Christine said she knows that her mother-in-law spirit would be close by.
But I gotta imagine, because ghosts are dead, and if they fart, their farts smell like decay, and that's just that would not be a good smell.
No, not at all.
It's just your great grandmama coming to say hello. Great grandmama can take her smelly ass back to the grave.
Oh my goodness. So,
Oh, Dexter, you want to hear a quick ghost story that you might not have heard yet about or that happened in my house?
Sure.
So I was on camera. It was Mia, me, C, Goat, and people. And I think Chris might have been there too. And we were all just talking. And the next thing you see the hood of my hoodie goes straight up. And I get yanked backwards. No one in my room but me. I'm on camera. And I get yanked backwards.
Yep.
Yikes.
It happened.
And then I yelled at the ghost and swore at it some. And then I felt bad because it's a ghost of a... So I apologized to it. I know who'd we lose.
The sneaky squeaker. Oh my gosh. Jelly Bean.
There we go. Sorry, I was having some audio issues.
Yeah, that's much
like
better.
Like I was saying.
Yeah, sorry, I've got a crappy pair of Bluetooth headphones that were apparently
you're fine, dude.
Garbage audio.
But after the ghost pulled me, I swore at it for like 2 minutes, and then I apologized because it's ghost of a lady, and I felt bad for yelling at a ghost of a...
Yeah. I can't say I've had anything quite that freaky happen in my house. I've seen some odd stuff in the realm of the paranormal, but nothing quite like that. Not like poltergeist activity.
Want to share some of your experiences?
I mean, mine are pretty limited. Like I've seen some odd stuff, like one time I was sitting down on a river at night and got to watch a green meteor fall. Like it flamed up like it was. See, it was looked a lot like a typical shooting star, but it like turned green, like a burning copper almost.
That
was pretty
interesting.
neat. Yeah, and then I've seen like what you would assume was a satellite change directions 90 degrees in the middle of its path through the sky. So that was
wow.
yeah, like a just kind of an odd thing that you wouldn't normally see. You wouldn't think. I mean, I suppose it's possible that looking up, I might have missed one crossing its path, because you have satellites that orbit the Earth east to west or whatever, and then you've got the ones that go polar, So it is possible that I was watching two cross paths and lost sight of one and picked up the other, but I don't know. That's not what I recall seeing. It's I have to pull the. I typically agree with the what would you call it, the scientist's perspective, where it's like it's never aliens, it's aliens. So I'm a little more on the realist part of the spectrum, generally speaking, but I have seen some weird stuff, and my dad has seen a lot of things in his lifetime that are a little farther out than anything I've ever seen, including several sightings of Bigfoot personally. Some of his extended family has seen Bigfoot personally. Yeah, and he's had all kinds of odd experiences throughout his life. And I've asked him to write a few for me, and I'll see if I can get a story out of him, written down on paper. I might put it on the channel one of these days.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
But yeah. So, paranormal and ghost stuff and alien stuff is all near and dear to me, because it was all part of kind of part of growing up. And so I've kind of chosen as a narrator to sort of dive into some of the stuff that he's told me stories about, and that I've heard stories about from other family, and so I'm kind of trying to pick and choose stories that are of personal interest to me, because I figure I'll do a better job of telling them,
Yeah.
But yeah, so far it's a lot of fun. I just really like doing the stories, and the growth on this last video is just insane.
Yeah, I made the comment about that.
Yeah, and the I would say when I say crazy, I mean somewhat literally too in the comment section.
Oh God, the comments.
Some of the comments I've received from I think what's happened is the algorithm has taken that video, because I look at it, and the source for the viewers is all, I mean, it's almost 95% algorithm or YouTube YouTube search features, etc.
It has the word Bigfoot.
A lot of what comes in is a lot of what comes in comes from people that are watching, real Bigfoot encounter videos, etc. And so I've got a few people on my channel that have posted stuff that's not only difficult to read, but difficult to comprehend. Like, it's so deep you can't even understand it, bro. But
right,
yeah,
I definitely put those tinfoil hats back.
Yeah. There's a series of them that would be well fashioned, with that kind of haberdashery.
And if they're listening now and they're interested, I can get them a comfy padded with a very warm jacket.
Yeah, the kind that fastens in the back, right?
Right, exactly. The kind that fastens in the back, you'll feel very snug.
Oh man, some of these are like, I don't know. Like, one guy wrote a 642 word essay on all the conspiracies, like all of them.
Wow.
It was everything from Bigfoots to mermaids to Nibiru to aliens and lizard people and
Holy cow.
Cain and Abel, and this dude even managed to squeeze in shooting buffalo from trains in the 1800s. Like, yeah, it just incredible.
His particular breed of crazy was very.
Yeah. Oh man, and the number of people saying, "Oh, I don't believe in Bigfoots," or people that say they do, or that believe there's a government conspiracy about this, and I'm like, I had to put a disclaimer down that said, this is a work of fiction,
And then,
because so many people were like,
and then you got those people that are like, you just perpetuate the government's lie. Bigfoot doesn't exist.
yeah.
Listen, weeb, go back to your mother's basement and get back on your.
Hello, General.
Yeah.
What up, General? What are you doing, hungry?
The General show up?
Yep,
Hello.
General showed up. Yeah, PA is going in and out. I don't know why.
I don't know either, but whatever. It's probably
buddy.
And now that I say something, it settles out. If you were abducted by aliens, and had to be probed by one, either ET or one of those things from aliens, which would you choose and why?
Ooh, one of those. Oh man. I'm gonna go with. Yikes. I'm gonna say ET because it looks warmer. He's got that glowing finger, so it's probably a little bit warmer than the cold, goopy alien mess that.
And plus, there's a chance that I'm not gonna have an. I feel pretty safe that I'm not gonna have an alien bust out of my chest later.
Yeah, I don't have a monster that rapes its way into me and then rapes its way out of me later.
And maybe if I give ET a phone to call home.
I'm gonna have to get up and walk away.
Why?
Ray just got me.
with the Bigfoot question?
No,
with the PA.
Oh, there it is.
Out, and I don't know why. Me, 2022.
Oh no, Ray! God damn it,
Ray! I'll go in and out of you, big boy.
If you had to choose
I wish I weren't sick, I'd be laughing harder.
If you had to choose a normal, nondescript name for Bigfoot, for example, Jeff, what would it be and why? Well, there was Harry and the Hendersons, right?
Yes, I was gonna say Harry.
I love that movie.
Harry or George? They just feel right.
Yeah, if it's gonna be Jeff, it has to be spelled with the G, in my opinion. Geoff.
Geoff. He is Geoffrey.
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 Yeah, Larry would be a good one too.
Larry's a platypus.
Or a cryptid. Larry the platypus.
Larry the platypus. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Favorite cryptids. Who's got the? What's your favorite cryptid?
My favorite cryptid is the rake.
The rake.
The rake is everywhere. Oh.
For a while there, yeah.
Wow.
Like.
I'm sorry. I just had a thing come across my screen, and it says more than 28,000 pounds of ground beef have been recalled due to E. coli concerns. Yeah.
I mean, will the E. coli kill me? Because if not, just bring that beef over here.
It could kill you. Yes. Favorite cryptid.
Good. So there's a chance that I would live.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if I really have a...
The bucket could be a cryptid. Fucking Ray.
Yeah, the bucket could be a cryptid.
Ray's my favorite cryptid.
Ray is my favorite cryptid. Because I don't think vampires and werewolves count as cryptids.
I think they actually do.
Well, if they do,
Yeah.
they kind of tie with me. So vampires a little bit more than werewolves. Relate to the werewolf line, and not
the sparkly ones. That are
not the sparkly one. Those were not vampires.
No, they were not. They were basically the predecessor to the kids' toy LOLs.
No,
Like,
no. They were
sparkly,
Tinkerbells.
glitzy.
I shouldn't say
They were
that.
sparkly
Tinkerbell things.
vampires. They were sparkly.
Yep. I want to see like Twilight the musical, but with like written by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you think vampire
stick Twilight and
I don't think
stick
vampires
Twilight
fart.
and the Book of Mormon in a blender.
I thought they already did that. As a matter of fact, interestingly enough, I just watched.
Smells like copper.
I just watched.
Wait, yeah.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer, or Vampire Hunter. And I had already previously watched Abraham Lincoln Zombie Killer.
Oh my.
I actually like the zombie movie better. The Vampire Hunter movie, there's just too much that just didn't work in my head. Not that, zombies
Yeah.
work that well, but you know what I'm saying. If you could hang out with one cryptid for a day, either Jeff Goldblum or Harrison Ford, which would be and why? And which would you choose and why? Oh, that would be
dude.
hard.
Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
in a
Goldblum,
heartbeat,
hands
dude.
down.
Yeah, hands down on that one. He is like Harrison Ford's just kind of like a grunty, groany old dude that lives on a ranch, and then you've got Jeff Goldblum, who's just the most amazing person ever.
I hate to disappoint you guys, but it'd probably be Harrison Ford for me. Because
That's quite all right.
Han
You have fun
Solo,
with that sassy. You have fun with
I
sassy
accept
puss.
you.
like I said, because
Uh,
Han Solo.
But Dr.
Yeah.
Ian Malcolm.
yeah.
I mean, I love Jeff Goldblum. Don't get me wrong. I do love Jeff Goldblum. Although he's not my favorite fly.
Blasphemy.
No, I actually prefer Vincent Price's version of the fly. But
Blasphemy.
I'll push you. There's CCG.
Bring it on. Hey, Susie. What's up?
But yeah, I enjoyed his version of the fly. It's just I'm sorry. I love Vincent Price.
That's a big pile of shit.
I don't think I've ever seen a fly.
I hope you plan to wash your hands. fucking love those lines in fucking Jurassic Park. That's a big pile of shit.
Mhm.
She's tenacious. She gets done. I hope you plan to wash your hands before you eat.
And hi, hair raising narratives.
Tenacious carrier.
What's up, Harry?
Hey, it's
son of a
Harry.
bitch.
There's that. There's that.
Hey,
Yeah, I was gonna say there's that generically named Bigfoot.
yeah. Does that mean Harry raising narratives is a Bigfoot? Hey guys, we need to capture
Most likely,
himself with
yes.
science.
If he does, we do need to capture him for science. Yes,
For science.
for science. Because science.
Not for me. Not for me to shave down and marry to one of my sisters.
Oh.
Oh,
I'd shave down. I'd shave down Jeff Goldblum and let him marry one of my sisters.
HR. I do have big feet.
Why would you shave Jeff Goldblum?
Well, gotta have it clean.
Mia, did you see what Deqster put in the Nevermore Collective?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would you shave him? He needs no shaving.
Mostly to see just what it looked like,
Confirmed. Science saves us.
Yes.
Life finds a way.
She blinded
Bald
me with
Jeff Goldblum is
science.
terrifying. Bald Jeff Goldblum is a terrifying thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
seriously.
was a terrifying thought.
Yes, he has a luscious hair head. Don't
Head
don't
of hair.
mess with that hair. Hair of head. I said what I said. I meant what I said. Don't you fucking correct me.
I correct you all the time.
I make no mistakes. I am a god.
I don't think I
Oh,
want to
man.
hear that story, Ray.
Well, there's a story. Bald
There's
Jeff.
a cryptid I wouldn't want to meet.
Bald Jeff Goldblum
Well, Jeff
Copyright
Goldblum,
me.
Yeah.
meets cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
Oh, here's a
Oh.
question for Chad and for you two, just for fun. Favorite X-Files episode, if you have one, and why?
probably the one that
I
was
don't really
most
have one.
disconcerting to me, and actually was disconcerting to a lot of viewers and the actors. It's the one of the family that had the house, and they were a cannibal family, and they had the little girl that was underneath the floorboards. I don't remember the name of it, but
Were they planning on having some veal?
yeah, something like that.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all. It was an incestuous
particular one.
cannibal family, and yeah.
Oh, that rings a bell.
I liked them
Yeah.
some veal.
See. I like
Yeesh.
I like my sci-fi horror to be disconcerting.
Oh man, I'd have to go with the just for sheer heartfelt and like how well crafted the episode was the whole like when Mulder finally finds his sister.
Mm,
That scene at the end just tugs at my heartstrings every time.
mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you
Jelly
know,
Bean says the
music
smoking
mixed with
man.
the visuals. Yeah, that dude,
She thought she was alone.
he's everywhere.
She thought she was safe. That was when she heard a whisper moving perfectly from underneath the bed. That's a big pile of shit. It was then that she knew she was in trouble.
Jesus.
I am going to make a comment on that, Jelly Bean,
Ray?
but I know the answer to that one.
That's so weird that
Game
didn't come
over.
through for me.
Oh god! Imagine it says a astronaut suit. Game over.
It's not game over, but I'm not going to tell you why, because, yeah, I can't talk about that.
Yeesh.
The NDA is still on me.
Uh-oh.
Fuck you, NDA.
I don't feel like being
Uh,
brought up on treason charge.
oh no.
I'll show you.
Did you
treason
work for
charges with my foot up your ass?
Did you work for some government entity that had to do with astronauting?
Yes.
And the NDA speaks.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I can neither
You need to
confirm
confirm
or
or
deny that I
Yep.
can neither confirm or deny that I worked for an agency that's initials are NASA.
She worked for the FB. She worked for the MIB.
Oh, okay. The better than the MID, Men in Drag. You know. I don't know. Maybe that'd be more fun. Who knows?
That might be more fun. Hey, if I worked for the Men in Drag, does that mean I get to meet RuPaul?
Ooh.
Because that would be cool.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes.
That would be so cool.
Because it's a yes kind of day.
It's a yes kind of day.
Look, I like RuPaul. I don't know what everybody else thinks about her, but I like RuPaul. I think I fell in love with RuPaul from the Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
I
haven't seen that movie. It's a good movie.
Not super. Yeah, I haven't. Not super familiar with RuPaul.
But if you've ever seen Patrick Swayze in drag, he looks real good.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about that. I don't think I've seen whatever film that's referenced in.
That's a good movie. It's also a Batman reference movie.
What movie is
Let's
it?
hear it, PA.
It's can't remember the name of it now. Give me a moment. It's right there. On the tip of my tongue.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, yeah.
Yeah,
Ray,
where are you? Let's hear the quote. Let's get the quote.
Right.
I said something earlier on a different conversation that actually I think it was yesterday. And I said, "Man, I'm hearing Lycan Trucker going." That's what she said right now.
Yeah, I hear him say that a lot.
I don't know, Ray. We'd have to see it first.
There's a Ray quote right there. I don't know, Ray. We'd have to see it first.
Or Ray asked me if I would narrate his stuff. See it first.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta read something before I promise I'll narrate it, that's for sure.
Name
Otherwise I'll end up reading my own comment
Normally
section.
if it comes from Ray, I don't need to question it. That one I'd have to question.
The name of the movie was Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
Let's see if I can find her.
And Julie Newmar played Catwoman in the TV series Batman.
Oh, yeah. The Wayback Machine. Yeah, I've seen the. It was the movie that they made back in the '60s, I think, with like the Penguin and the Joker and Catwoman and the whole lot. I remember the Cow Biff. Very much a comic book. Yeah, very much comic book stylized.
Yeah. Egghead, played by Vincent
Still
Price.
better than the George Clooney Batman.
He knows how I got Vincent Price in there, right? Oh my goodness. I was speaking of the movie. Let's see. It was Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze,
Oh my god.
and John Larenjam. I can't say his name. John Larenjamo as drag queens. And Wesley Snipes doesn't
Very
make
cool.
a bad drag queen either.
Oh.
I am Batman.
Yeah, there's like this vague memory of Wesley Snipes in drag. I don't know why, but I Somehow I'm familiar with that. Yeah. Why doesn't he act anymore? Or maybe he does, and I'm just not with it.
He's gotten old and
Current movie scene.
he's gotten cranky and people don't want to work with him.
Who?
Wesley Snipes.
Oh, Wesley Snipes was just in a Netflix series with Kevin Hart.
Oh.
It was actually pretty good. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Oh, we just my wife and I just watched.
Wow, it was called True Story.
Okay. Cool.
What did you and your wife just watch?
Oh, I was gonna say we watched that Netflix movie called Dumpling.
Yeah.
It's about a big gal that goes into her mom's beauty pageant and like trying to make a point, about beauty and all that. And there's the like a team of drag queen Dolly Partons that guide this group of friends through developing their talent and their fashion for the show. For the pageant. It was good.
There you go.
A load of fun.
There's Wesley Snipes.
Nevermore chat.
Yep.
Oh yes. Yep.
I don't know. So Chris said her favorite Batman is Michael Keaton. I don't know. I have to disagree. My favorite is if it's not the animated Joker, it's Christian Bale. If it's the animated Joker, it's Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Batman.
Joker.
Who did the animated Batman? I can't recall now.
I don't know who did the voice for the Batman in that one.
I still need to see the new animated Batman they brought out because it was called like Long Halloween or something like that. But Jensen Ackles, the dude who plays Dean, actually does the voice for Batman in that, and I need to watch it.
Looks like Kevin Conroy does the Batman in that animated series with Mark Hamill. Oh man.
Okay, and
yeah,
who does it?
Kevin Conroy.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with his work, but I've seen his face before. Definitely seen his face.
if you had just one episode of the Breaking Bad to watch on repeat and could stand it no more, what would it be and why?
Bruce Wayne Durr.
I don't know.
Since I've never watched Breaking Bad, I
I'm
can't recall.
I haven't.
So hers would be the very first episode.
Yeah, probably. That'd be for me too, because I've seen like 2 episodes, I think, and that was years ago.
I know the episode I watched on repeat until I couldn't. Was the episode where the main like villain guy got fucking there was an explosion, and he literally looked like he was untouched until he turned around and like half his face was gone, and he was just all sorts of fucked up. That scene right there, I would watch that until I couldn't watch it anymore.
Deqster, there's RuPaul. There's 2 pictures of RuPaul.
Oh my, we have a tie.
What are we? Wait, what?
Oh, it's in the Nevermore, in the Travelers Tavern chat.
He said he'd never seen RuPaul. And believe it or not, that is a guy.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, nice job.
Oh,
yes,
fun fact.
Finally made up.
He does a very good drag.
Kevin Conroy made an appearance in and I won't watch it for reasons I won't get into on here. But Batwoman that the CW just did on Crisis on Infinity Earth as Bruce Wayne / Batman.
Yeah, I liked Christian Bale. I liked Michael Keaton too. I'm holding my
Michael.
I said Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Michael Keaton myself.
I'm holding my.
I think me and me are going to say the same thing.
I'm holding my judgment before I say anything about Robert Pattinson.
What I've seen from the previews, that Batman is going to be brutal as fuck, and it looks amazing.
What I've seen in previews, it is going to be amazing, and I'm looking very forward to it. But like I said, I'm holding my judgment because sometimes when you see something in the previews, you only get the good parts.
Yeah, sometimes in the previews they give you all the parts, and then there's just those, and then nothing else, and you're like, well, they just stole my money.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't give many of the cast of Twilight a free pass, but Robert Pattinson gets a pass because he played Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter first. So I know him from that first before I knew him from Edward the Vampire. So he gets a pass.
Gotcha.
The rest of them don't.
okay.
Especially Kristen Stewart.
When a teenage boy says, "Did she forget to do emotions?"
Oh shit!
Oh, snap!
Burn.
And this is after he's been watching like 3 movies that she's in, and he's like, "I don't think she knows how to do emotions." I'm like,
I don't think she knows how to do her job, which is act.
She doesn't know how to close her mouth.
Well, that too.
She opens her mouth and words come out. I can't
Mouth
say
breather.
any more of that song because we will get copyright by Eminem real quick.
There was I can't remember who it was, but there was a I think it was on the late night show. They had somebody on there, and they said, "I understand you do a good imitation of Kristen Stewart." Yeah, and she did it. And I'm going, and she's just sitting there with her mouth open, looking like blank face, and I'm going, "Damn."
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, that's
what
brutal.
What emotions?
What are emotions?
Oh, we were talking about our favorite Batman. Who's your favorite Joker?
Oh, I gotta go with Jack Nicholson every time. I love the voice behind the animated, but I haven't actually seen the animated series, so that is kind of tough for me to go. Yeah, that's my favorite.
For me, I have 2 favorite Jokers because I separate the anime and I separate the live action. In the live action, fight me on this, is Heath Ledger. I will die on that
He was
hill.
amazing.
He was amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And then we got Mark Hamill as the Joker. That guy acted his ass off with that animated Joker.
Mark Hamill, Jack
Yeah,
Nicholson,
he did.
Heath Ledger, and of course I have to go back to Cesar Romero.
The only Joker we don't name is the Jared Leto Joker. That doesn't exist.
The what? What is this you speak of?
Exactly.
That's like the second movie in the Highlander series doesn't exist. It's not there. It goes 1, 3.
There's a line in the epic rap battle of history that said it was like the Joker versus Pennywise, and it said they had Jared Leto coming out looking like Akashi 6ix9ine. And I'm just like, fucking burn.
Well, I have to give Cesar Romero props because he played it first.
Yeah, but then they had the most heartbreaking diss of all time, which was no one's dying to play with Heath Ledger. No one's dying to play with the Joker except for maybe Heath Ledger. And I'm like, oh my soul! You just fractured it into 2.
That was so sad.
Oh God! Yeah.
What an amazing actor, and to be cut short.
A Knight's Tale is one of my all-time favorite movies ever.
He did amazing in that film.
He did.
Yeah.
That movie.
I liked him in The Patriot too. He was really good in that. He was my favorite character in that one.
Right?
Yeah.
But like that man could act his ass off. And here's the thing: everybody thinks he died he committed suicide just because of the Joker. It wasn't that was the Joker. It was the Joker. It was Brokeback Mountain. He honestly that like he went on record saying that fucked him up in the head. But the biggest thing was he never wanted to be famous. He just loved to act. He never wanted to be famous. It was the fame that honestly killed him in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like he had a hard time dealing with it.
And I'm still under the impression that he wasn't actually trying to kill himself. He was just trying to sleep.
I kind of believe that too, because I think that has happened more often than we know of. If that makes sense. Because I just, okay, if you're going to take sleeping pills, don't drink alcohol with it. You don't wash it down with a vodka tonic.
Never. Never.
So, it's
They
just...
do not mix well.
No.
Yeah.
And it's just that type of thing.
That's why I'm always very careful. That's why I'm always very careful with my medication. If I drink, I make sure I sober before I take it, because I know that if I start drinking and I get intoxicated and I take my anti-anxiety / depression medication, it's gonna have the opposite effect on me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna honestly turn me more suicidal than what I would be if I hadn't hadn't taken it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that, huh?
So I'm always very careful about making sure I don't take my medication with booze. But you can just imagine, like, this man is like, got all the demons in his head. He's just trying to get him to shut up. He takes some sleeping pills. He chugs some vodka. It doesn't work fast enough for him, so he does it again, and then he doses and dies.
Yeah,
it's not hard to do.
But
it's surprisingly.
And the fact that there wasn't a note or anything else like indicating that this was on his mind prior to the event, that like just makes me think that it wasn't planned. It was just a very tragic accident.
I would say it's a lot easier to have that accident than it is to have the accident of going out the way David Carradine did.
Yeah.
I brought this up.
Anyone but Leto.
I want to wish happy birthday to the late David Bowie.
Oh yeah.
Because
may he rest in peace.
There's a starman waiting in the sky for that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an amazing artist.
He still is an amazing. I recently watched The Man Who Fell to Earth, and he plays the man who fell to Earth. Quite honestly, and it still amazes me. He's just amazing. The man's talent was just beyond belief. I am bringing people down today. Yeah, the second.
Let's talk about all the artists that died in the last 2 years.
Yeah, we're just remembering the amazing people that brought us many hours of enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the second one did not exist. I'm sorry, Deqster. The second one does not exist.
It was so special.
Remember it, and it was such a mind. Like I think I rented all of the Highlanders at once in order to do a marathon one time when I was in my 20s, and that one kind of blew my mind. I was like, I don't get it.
Yay, no, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's. I might have to hop in step with that, because
even the creators just disavow any knowledge of the movie.
it's like
Oh man.
now there's a proper third Ghostbusters, but before that other one that didn't exist.
And it
Yeah,
wasn't because
I
they were
kinda-
female.
Yeah,
No, it was because it was
I
hot
liked the
garbage.
idea. I liked the idea, but it was not executed on well. Like the characters were funny, but it just the writing was not there.
I've seen,
You know.
and I've been watching a lot of B horror on Amazon Prime. Don't ask.
Uh-huh.
And there's been some that I've said, if they just spent a little more time on the writing and then done a little bit more on, actually the set and stuff, this would actually be something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the movies that I sit there and I go, why did they waste money on this shit? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
There's
could say
three.
that about a lot of the DC stuff lately.
There's 3 Hell House movies, and I'm talking about Hell House, the haunted house movies, about the haunted house attraction thing. If they had spent what they spent on the last one, on all 3 of them, or even more, those would have been really memorable movies as far as that's concerned. They're not bad movies overall, but yeah. LLC, yeah. Hell House LLC. But I could see where those would be really, really memorable. They'd be Freddy level movies. You know what I'm saying? Freddy, Jason level movies. If they just spent a little bit more time on the production and the writing and money,
Yeah.
It's not that they're bad. It's just you can tell what's lacking in them, which is kind of sad. And then there
it's
was
tough to see an opportunity lost.
I watched a movie last night. It was a Korean movie. I am not. I don't shy away from foreign language films as long as I can get subtitles. But this one, it was about, and they told you to begin with it was fiction. It was about Korea's quote unquote most haunted asylum, and all of the actors, they all spoke Korean. Of course, there was a couple of English words in there here and there, but that one they really did a good job with it. I mean, they really did. And I could see that being translated to American audiences very easily, except that, of course, it's in the Korean language. And I know that there's a lot of people that, if it's not English, I'm not watching it.
Which is kind of sad, really. I mean, there's such a pantheon of film available that's in other languages. It's like everything from anime to Bollywood. I mean, personally, I still prefer subtitles on most anime, unless it's something I watched when I was a kid that was like, already dubbed.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, even then, I'll want to watch something with and hear the Japanese, just because it expresses the emotion comes across a hell of a lot better, and it comes across in their culture,
Yeah. And some things...
It's really tough to translate emotion.
And some things don't translate into English very well. I mean,
Right.
let's just be honest.
Mhm.
I
It's not even the timing with the mouths. It's like the story doesn't come across quite the same.
yeah. And I've watched a couple recently that have the subtitles and some of which have been subbed or dubbed, and the actual actors from the original movie did their own dubbings, which that works. But again, the emotion isn't the same with the languages sometimes. And yes,
Sorry, I had
Ray,
to step away.
subtitles on games are a must. I use subtitles for just about everything anymore because some people just have small voices.
Yeah, it's a you're missing out if you don't, at least find yourself open to foreign films once in a while. I forget the name of it, but I watched this one some years ago about a eco-terrorist in let's see, it was what was the country? It was like Netherlands or something like that, where this gal kept taking out the power lines to the local aluminum mill.
Oh, wow.
Because she didn't like what they were doing, didn't like what they were doing to the environment or whatever, and it's this whole just quirky, just like a band would show up out of the blue and follow her around, and just this little like two-piece. It was quite I'll have to find that again. That's a neat little movie. But if I find it, I'll post it in the Nevermore Collective somewhere.
Yeah, please do.
But on hand, this year I've broken the monetization barrier, and I'm starting to see some trickle in from that. I'm hoping to kind of make the channel cost neutral, where I can pay for stories and pay for people's music, or pay people for art, that sort of thing, and just kind of pump a little bit of money back into the creative community that way. Like I said, I'm gainfully employed outside of this, and it was always supposed to be just a hobby, and I did not expect the growth that I saw in the last month. So it's like, I'm adjusting to that, and I'm just gonna keep doing the stories that I am doing, and hopefully people will watch and enjoy them. What do you guys have any particular authors you like to work with off of No Sleep and
I got Ray. I got
Ray.
Harry's Narratives, who doesn't really they don't really put their stuff on No Sleep, but I do have Blake Blizzard I like to work with. I got Rose Black that I really like working with.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Dick Wanderer, I got one of his stories that
I actually don't use anything off of No Sleep. Even Rose Black sent me an email saying, "Hey, would you like to use some of my stuff?" And it's coming.
Yeah, that's kind of why I started using Rose Black stories. To be honest, he messaged me on one day. He's like, this was even before I started narrating. He's like, "Hey, if you use any of my stories, be my guest. Just credit me properly and let me know what story you're."
Yeah.
And
nice.
I even said like, "Hey, I'm not a narrator right now. I'm looking into it. Eventually I'm going to be starting here soon. But yeah, I'd love to use your stories, and I have quite a few of Rose Black stories. Nate Nelson, like his stuff.
Yeah.
But, if you ever got any authors you want to throw my way and let me know about,
We're alien.
I'll Definitely. Definitely.
Sure.
Oh yeah, Casey's great. I'll definitely check him out and give him a shoot him a message. Lonely Donut. I used one of their stories. Actually, I used two of their stories, but it was a 2-part story.
I gotta scroll up on my list because
Yeah.
Timothy Duran is not on No Sleep.
But have you several Timmy stories?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the
I don't know if he posts them on. I don't know if he posts them on No Sleep or Reddit, but Chronopasta.
Blair Daniels.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I'm still learning the pool of authors, in and out of No Sleep, and it's there's a lot of them. There's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
So I'm working with a couple of authors. Like I'm gonna do another Dretch No story here coming up. That's the guy that wrote the Bigfoot one. And I'm working with a couple others. One of them being, what's his name? On Reddit. Shoot. Now my brain has decided to shut down for the day, apparently.
Well, we are getting to where we're almost at that
Toward
point.
the end of that.
We're getting to that time where we wrap things up.
Got it.
But for shits and giggles, I'll ask you my favorite question. So we find ourselves in a brand new hellscape, Deqster, where alligators and crocodiles can fly. How do you think humanity fares?
Crocodiles and alligators can fly. Depends on where they nest and how how that alters their, life cycle and all that. I don't think humanity's going to do too good at that. Because they'd probably try to shoot them out of the sky with all the, the assault rifles that everyone likes to purchase, instead of doing it sensibly with a shotgun. So, they're going to miss, and then they're going to get landed on and eaten. So, I think that's probably not going to go too well for us.
Yeah,
unless you move to the northern, northern climate where it's not so. Although with global warming,
and then you add on the next level of fuckery where they get larger and start breathing fire.
Oh yeah, that's going to make it tough. Kind of a rain of fire type scenario.
Yes.
Yep. You gotta love that movie.
Absolutely adore that movie.
Speaking of Christian Bale, that was a banger of a movie. And wasn't Matthew McConaughey in that?
I remember.
I think it was him. My God, I'm struggling now.
And that movie is old. It's 20 years old.
It's hard to believe
that movie's 20 years old. Holy crap! Yeah, that's
so.
Crazy.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale. Oh, and Gerard Butler was in there too.
Yeah, Christian Bale was in that. That's right.
And Gerard Butler. I was like, man, a lot of upcoming faces.
They're using.
Oh, it was Grand Theft Auto was the author I was trying to remember. Who is a costed author, so I'm start putting a little bit of cash into paying for stories that are hopefully it'll help keep the quality level up,
Well, if you ever want to use one of my, you don't have to pay me.
Well, I might anyway.
I wanted to iterate that wasn't me. Like, hey, if you want my stories and throw me some money, you can now. If you want to use my stories, feel free.
Sales pitch, shame. No, don't be ashamed of promoting yourself.
Oh, you guys! I'm just gonna say, anybody in the chat that hasn't, I have a story coming up. Old Friends, which is just in my opinion, it's one of my best, if not my best story I've written thus far.
Very cool. Yeah, I heard. I listened to this earlier. I have to agree. This is a good one.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I fell in love with the story, which doesn't happen very often. Mia can tell you. Usually when I write, I'm like, God, I'm fucking shit. This is awful. And then people like it. I'm like, well, as long as you guys like it. What?
He doesn't even like
Yeah.
So it's very,
one of his early stories that were one of his better ones.
yeah, I don't really care for my stories. My favorite 3 stories that I've written are Old Friends. I really love Passing the Mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And there's another one that I'm a really big fan of, and I just can't recall what it is right now. But Father's Love. I also really like that story. Those are like my 3 favorite stories I've written, and I think it's because instead of them just being straight horror, there's a lot of allegory and like depth in them, and I kind of like to explore like the more darker sides of humanity.
Mm-hmm. And a psychological mind screws.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it looks like.
Sorry, I had to dip for like 10 minutes because I had to fucking find my Tylenol. The headache that I have forming was just getting to a crescendo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Yeah.
Okay, so are there any other questions you want to ask us?
Well, I would say, like, where do you see your channels going in the next, I don't know, 6 months to a year? What are your goals?
I want to actually get some content out. I want to make up for last. I want to make up for last year, and
I would like. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I may be re-recording the St. Patrick's Day story.
Can't you fix that one error? That's a big error.
I fixed it, but I don't know. I may be re-recording it. I don't know. I haven't definitely made up my mind yet. But the thing is that there are some other things that I want to fix in it, and I'm not sure that it's going to be that easy to fix.
Yeah. So for me, I'd like to finally break that 1,000 subscriber mark, get monetized, and
I'd like that too, but I don't see that happen.
and increase my range of voices with my voice acting, because I'm trying to go from just straight narrating to actually voice acting. And if anybody's listened to the Gingerbread Man, that was like one of the times where I'm like I had like a wide range of voices I could play with, and I tried my damnedest to give you guys some quality entertainment. How about you, Dex? What do you want to see your channel in the next 6 months to?
Sorry, I was listening. I had to mute because I had an invader again.
No, you're good, bro.
The goal. Like, I'd love to see you both hit that mark. You know, the 1,000 sub mark and the I think it's the 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
And that's a. It's nice to hit that and go, oh, holy crap! I could actually bring in income with this,
right?
Instead of it just being a time and money pit. And it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but my goals for the channel were always to just have it be there and have a few people listen to a story or two. But the growth has just been crazy, so I might have to reorient my goals a little bit for the next 6 months, and put a little more effort into it, because this was meant to be just a kind of a hobby type deal. And but I'd love to see the channel hit maybe 2K at the end of 6 months from now.
Yeah,
I think
awesome.
I hit kind of a fluke with the whole Bigfoot video, and that doubled the channel's size. I mean, tripled the channel size in just over a month. And
yeah,
I don't exactly expect that to hit again, but I would love to just see the next couple of videos pick up 10 or 20% of my sub base in views, the first couple of weeks. Just, a few hundred people watching is awesome. I'm lucky that yeah, lucky that people are listening, and I'm grateful for that. That's my main goal is to entertain people, just and to serve the story. That's like my main goal for each project is to serve the story and make it add something to it. I'm not there for my own. I'm not gonna get stuck in a rut and try to do every story the same and I don't know. For me, I want to bring some music that serves it. I want to bring sound effects that make it come to life. And if I can narrate it in a way that I feel like is going to bring the story to life, I'll do it. But if it's something that I don't feel like I can add to, I probably won't select a story like that.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on whether it hooks me or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's kind of how
I do want to go back and
so far.
Whenever my channel officially hits a year, back in some of my my first videos with my because I've grown a lot as a narrator, so I would like in the next year or so I'd like to pop off a few of my my favorites and just redo them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little early to be remastering my old stuff because I only have 5 videos, but
Right.
I had thought about sometime down the line redoing the Amhalik story just because it is it has a good concept behind it. I feel like the music and a lot of the sound effects worked really well, but I felt like the vocal performance from me could have been a lot better in narrating and voicing the character. But I have Yanks in there. I've got Romnex is in there for a small piece, and then Indie Mads 95, who's another one of Ronnie's stream mods. Did the female voice in that. She did an awesome job. She's got a background in theater, and so that kind of helps really round out that character, and she did a really nice job. So I was like, when I heard her performance, I was like, oh, holy shit, I've got to bring the my reading up a notch and my voice acting up a notch.
I need my A
she pushed
game.
me to do better.
I'm like that with Zori. She's a V. You gotta portraying emotion and getting the overall feeling of the story across.
Yeah, that's
when I first worked with her.
For me. I
had to bring my game up a lot, and I think I did a good job in the pipes with the ocean.
Yeah. Moral
of the story, kids: never stop and.
Yeah, never stop improving.
Yeah,
I agree.
I try to learn. I try to learn something new every time I make a video.
It's fine if you want to get if you want to get comfortable and then put yourself in like a rut for a while you're learning everything and while you're getting on your routine. But the second you're like, it's no longer a challenge for you. And incorporate a few new things. Just make life a little harder for you. That way you're growing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I did. I kind of I got pacing down, and I got my editing skills up a bit. And while I was working on that, I wasn't working on everything else because if you try to work on too many things at one time, you fail.
Mhm. Yeah, I try to challenge myself. I love being mentally challenged. Wait a minute. God damn it.
So now I'm working on the inflection and like the and just the overall voice acting of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inflections, like for me, it's emoting. That's probably the biggest challenge for me right now is bringing real emotion to the character. I'm doing good at torturing guys named Thomas, apparently. I did a guest spot. Oh yes.
I'm gonna give you guys this little tip for emotions and such in your voice, because your facial expressions really do come through. put a mirror in front of you when you're narrating.
Oh, that is smart. I hadn't thought of that.
I don't have a place where I can put a mirror in front of me while I'm narrating.
Because, like,
So what I
your,
do, what I do instead of the mirror is I tie my hands. While I'm doing whatever, like anger, I'm like I'll point at the screen, just like, while I'm trying to inflict that anger, because the hand motions help me get into the character's head a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, the body language, adding the body language, good steps. Yeah, the mirror's a good idea.
But then there's times where you just smack your mic.
See, I did that when I was.
Just like, you son of a pop.
Yeah, I did that when I was doing radio on the internet, and I didn't even think about it until I was talking to Gothic Rose, and she said, I have a mirror in front of me when I'm recording, and I'm like, why didn't I think about that?
Tight. Yeah, that's smart.
So, yeah.
You could also put your phone camera on you, too, like self-camera.
Yeah.
If you don't
That
have a
could be an
mirror.
option. Or if you're working with a laptop, you can use your laptop cam the same way.
Yep.
That'd be smart.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I want to play with that one now.
But when I'm with my girlfriend, she has my office set up, and we're
And he cuts out.
hang them there.
There you go.
But
yeah, I keep trying to experiment with new stuff too. Like everybody's got these $1,000 mics, and I've just got this $100 thing from like 15 years ago. And I recently bought a contact mic for your throat, to try and capture some of that resonance that you hear in your own head when you're speaking. So I'm going to play with that on the next couple of stories and see if I can come up with something that works. To add kind of that depth and resonance that you hear in your own head when you don't hear when you're recording your own voice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play with that too. So I keep, I try to turn it into a science experiment too, a little bit at a time.
Science!
Yep.
Science.
Do it for science. All right, I won't keep you guys any longer. I keep extending out the
You're
talk.
good, man. I'm really having fun talking to you.
Yeah, it's been real fun.
This has been a blast.
We've gone just about 2 hours, believe it or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you all haven't checked out Deqster, please check out Deqster. His links are in the description below.
And they're up
also,
in the pinned comment.
If you want to help us roast the crazies on his Bigfoot story, we're always accepting new comments.
Yes. Come over and battle the crazies.
Mandy! Mandy, you're so
even
late.
if you just read. Oh,
hey, Mandy.
Mandy's late.
Love you.
Love you, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
We were talking about you earlier today. I hope your ears were burning. We were talking about how the true crime and the investigative deep divers are very important to the horror community, and we do love them very much. Even though some people don't think they fit, they do.
Yeah, no, they do. Definitely. Some of the stuff that, like, Mr. Black Pasta recently started up a true crime channel, because I guess his fiction stuff was getting kind of ignored by the algorithm, and he was kind of basically getting canceled, so he kind of pivoted over to true crime.
Who's that?
Mr. Black Pasta.
That's Mr. Black Pasta.
Yeah,
and he's doing something called The Disturbing Truth now, and oh man, that will make your skin crawl, let me tell you.
Anybody who's not checked out Mandy, check out Mandy.
Yeah, check out Mandy.
For sure.
You've also got Your Maker, who does a lot of 911 stuff. Then there's
those 911 calls, those can get freaking creepy.
Some of them have caused me to cry, even. Then you've got like Next Pro and Mama Max and what is his name? shoot. Nick knocked him. What is his? Oh, Mandy. But yeah. And if you have something that you'd like to try and you can't get it to fit on your channel, you can bring it to the Nevermore Collective, and we will host it for you, whether it's a live stream or a video. Just get a hold of Raven or PA Nightmares or myself or 242 or Seraphine or Filia.
Seraphine?
Beautiful Nightmares.
Derringer.
Yeah, I
Derringer.
Lady Raven, which is Patience. Yeah, just get a hold of one of us, and we can get you up, man, and get you going. So
You can do all the stuffy things.
remember, though,
Love that idea.
once you join the collective, you can leave nevermore.
Nevermore.
You can be messed up.